Costco. The saga continues. They sent me another email restating the exact same policy that they're trying to get me to abide by. Absolutely amazing. And welcome to How to Build a Tent, a podcast about how to make you successful, hopefully how to make Costco more successful with their e-commerce process, procedures, and policies. Wow, it's absolutely amazing what can happen to a big business when an event happens that is outside the drawing board or the process and their swim lanes and all those processes they all plan out. When something just does not fit within them, things explode and things go crazy unless you empower your employees. And one of the reasons I love venting about this to you guys is that hopefully this is a lesson for you when you are managing teams, building a business, that you need to empower your employees to think outside the box. And it's also just an interesting consulting story. And just, I guess, an all-around interesting story. I mean, Costco's great. I love Costco, but just, man, they are missing the ball this time. I still shop at Costco all the time, so I'm not even biased against them. I'm for them. I love Costco. I couldn't imagine Costco without them. And one of the interesting things, before we get into the show today, this isn't even planned, I was listening to a financial advisor speak, and he has a thing called the SNAP test. And you may be like, what the heck is a SNAP test? Like, what kind of formula do you use? Is it calculus? Is it some kind of advanced algorithm? No, it's if you could snap your fingers and make a company disappear, would anybody notice? Would anybody care? And when I heard that, I'm like, wow, that is actually a really good way to think about investing in a company. Is it valuable or not? Based on snapping your fingers, if it wasn't there anymore, would anyone care? For example, if you snapped your fingers for Sears to be gone, would anyone's life be upset? Would anyone's life change? You know, besides the employees that work at Sears, but I mean, from a consumer perspective, a customer's perspective, would their lives be impacted drastically if Sears was instantly vanished from this planet? No, they wouldn't be at all. There's so many other people doing what Sears does in a far better way that no one would miss it. So Sears is somebody you probably shouldn't be investing in from the SNAP test perspective indicator. But a Costco, you snap your fingers and Costco's gone, there's a lot of people's lives that are being dramatically impacted. Yeah, I know there's Sam's Club, but I don't go around and talk to people, and when I say, oh, I got this from Costco, people light up and they agree. They are all about Costco as well. Sam's Club, you just don't get that same enthusiasm. And if Costco wasn't around, people's lives would be uplifted, including mine. I'd be kind of upset. So I thought that was an interesting indicator to think about investing. The SNAP test, it's not a complex algorithm. It doesn't take years and years of research to figure out, but just a quick maybe first test of should I look into and research a company more if they pass the SNAP test. Now, I don't think you should rely on the SNAP test only, but I'm just saying that's probably just a good quick indicator to decide if they're worth more research, a company is worth more research. We are part of the Fight Laugh Feast network. Go over to fightlaughfeast.com, put in HtBT in the memo field. Where's my mug? My mug is actually over there, but I'm not going to go get it because I'm connected to a microphone and I don't want to unplug it and all that stuff. But if you do go to fightlaughfeast.com, put in HtBT in the memo field, you will get a 15-ounce mug. You've seen it before. You can just listen to past episodes to see it again. You'll get that on top of all the other benefits that you're subscribing to on the Fight Laugh Feast network. Speaking of coffee mugs, we are getting our very own coffee. A sponsor, a cold brew that is just fantastic. They are going to be the official cold brew coffee. The only thing that is going into this mug going forward is going to be this cold brew coffee. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for them to be on the show. They're actually friends of mine who I've known. We played hockey together, and I just really love their coffee. I really love what they're doing, and it's just a great thing. So I'm happy to have them on the show. And what else? There's so much going on. Oh, I want to talk about a change of position that I've had thanks to one of you guys who've emailed me. And if you do want to email me, you can email me, Matt, at howtobuildatent.com. You can find me on the social media sites, How to Build a Tent. Click the link below for all of those social media sites. Even if you don't really go on them, just give me a follow. It takes a few minutes and it means the world to me. It seriously helps us look like what we are, popular. And we got all these listeners, and just to have them show up on social media sites is a really big deal, and it gets other people to see the show, and it makes it more popular in the day of censorship of conservative media, which I don't know why they really censor us. Yeah, I'm a conservative. Yeah, we talk about political things from time to time. Yeah, I'm a Christian. We talk about Christian things from time to time. But most of the time, we're talking about how to make you successful in your business, your finances, your personal lives. And I don't know why that gets censored, but it does on Facebook. It's amazing. I have guests come on and they tell me, like, hey, my posts get like tons and tons of views, but when I share your show, no one sees it. Figure that one out. Though apparently Trump and China had a really good meeting this weekend. I can't wait for the stock market to open because it's up, but the Nasdaq's up like 105 points. The Dow's up 200 points. Not that we should really care about the Dow. The Dow is 30 companies. I mean, Boeing is like the biggest one, and the economy does not revolve around Boeing. I think we just throw out Dow as an indicator altogether, or an index altogether. So I look at the Nasdaq. I have a lot of stocks that are in the Nasdaq, so that is really exciting to me. I might be taking this high and selling, and because who knows what's going to happen with the China and United States trade talks. It's a mess. I mean, because there's two competing values, and one of the things you want to look at when you are in negotiating, or you're an expert in negotiation, or you are moderating or arbitrating, being an arbiter or a moderator in arbitration or mediation, you want to identify people's values and identifying their goals and what they are really wanting before you can come to a conclusion. Because if you don't understand what each party wants, then you are going to be talking in circles, you're going to be talking past each other, you're going to be arguing about things. Sorry, I'm like clapping my hands together a lot. I apologize for those of you just listening. And which, for those of you who are listening, we're back on video. I got my new desk behind me. I got two desks. In case you haven't heard, Costco sent me two desks, which is the whole fight about what we were talking about a little earlier. Anyways, neither here nor there. But when you're negotiating, you want to understand your position and the other person's position so that you can get to the heart of the matter and negotiate a deal. And then you can make more concessions on the things that aren't as important to you, or if you are mediating or arbitrating a discussion, even between two people, not even businesses. And you can identify both of their values, both of the wants that they want, their must-haves. Then you are going to be more successful in creating a remedy, creating a solution, creating even a better solution than there was before the problem arisen, one of those. But China and the United States, they both want to be superpowers. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. I'm not too positive that there is going to be an eventual deal. Maybe, I think the best news that you could be hoping for in the next month or two is that some kind of deal gets made, and down the road, there's just going to be further turmoil enforcing it and things like that, because I don't think China is going to change their mind on wanting to be the superpower and overthrowing the United States. It's just not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen in 8 years of Trump, let alone the 3 going on 4. So I think that we want to take this good news and might want to be selling and looking for this stock market to kind of, I don't know. It's a weird thing because we have a good economy. Definitely China is getting hurt far more than the United States. But I'm not too optimistic about any substantial deal going forward. So there might be some more rough, bumpy, those were the two words I was trying to put together, and volatile would be the professional way to say it. More volatility in the market coming forward. So that is a heads up for you. But like I said, before I even got to that, if you have any comments, questions, you disagree with me on anything, you might get a shout on the show, like I'm going to do in a little bit for the lawyer who set me straight on the Supreme Court gerrymandering decision and my opinion about that, which I'll get to in a second. So please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe, share the show with a friend. That really helps a lot. The markets are going to be doing great coming up in the next couple days. So I'm really excited about that. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about, and I've kind of been teasing you guys with it, and I'm going to continue to tease you with it a little more because I'm really excited about it. A lot of you are really excited about it. A lot of you have already reached out asking how you can invest in this idea. And so I'm starting to hash it out. A lot of the details, I've been getting into it. As a lot of you know, I've been moving. I'm in a new place. We're in Florida. And so I've kind of had to take this idea and just put it on the back seat until it got situated. But this weekend, I got to do a little more of hashing it out how I think I want it to go. And one of the there's going to be a 10% percentage pool for the subscribers to the HtBT subscription, where you are going to get, along with other things, I'm going to be working on getting you guys advisors, getting you tools to help you be more successful in your businesses. But one of the things that subscription is going to get you is a 10% profit sharing into the HtBT Incubator. And the incubator is going to be for businesses, existing and startups, new ideas, Christians that are looking to start businesses, that are looking for funding, that are looking maybe just for an advisory board, experts in a bunch of different fields. Like I said, I've already got people that are buying into this that I just think are experts in their fields. I'm really excited about. And then also for people that are going to look to further their career, maybe it's they need help getting through a master's program or the STEMs, or they want to learn computer programming and they need some help or some advice and things like that. I want this to be part to help those people too in furthering their careers, because this show is not just about businesses, but it's also about careers and advice in furthering your career. So I want that to be part of it as well. And what it will be like for the careers is we will help you get through school. We'll help you with monthly payments or whatever you need. And then based on that, for a set amount of time in the future, we will get paid back in future earnings once you get your degree or get your new job or whatever it is. We will be flexible and taking applications depending case by case basis on that. And then on the business side as well, that you'll be, if you get accepted to this incubator, you'll also, if needed, get a monthly payment instead of a lump sum. You'll get a monthly payment to help get you guys going based on what you think you need and what we as the board think you need. And then you'll have the expert team of advisors as well in exchange for a percentage of your company. And again, that will be determined based on the needs and how much you want and things like that. So I'm really excited about that. So we're gonna have a 10% pool for subscribers. It's a small way, like $10 a month is I think what the price is gonna be. It's gonna be a cool way for you guys to get more tools, and then also for you guys to help other people grow their careers, grow their businesses, and get a share of the 10% investment pool. And how that breaks down, obviously someone who's been in the subscription for the whole year is going to get more of that percentage than somebody who's just started and just gets it for a month. But someone who just subscribes for a month is going to get something too. That is still going to be worked out in the future. And then our advisory board is going to be a part of that as well. So I'm really excited about that. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it where people with a small amount of money that wants to contribute can do that, and also with people with larger amounts of money. I know I've had probably like 5 or 6 people saying they want to be large investors in this and help come alongside Christians in their pursuits. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get everybody involved in to get some profit, some return on their investment. So those who can do maybe just $10 a month, and then those that want to spend $10,000, $15,000 or more as well, or maybe even just $1,000 in a lump sum. And then also for the executive advisor staff as well, that they have professions and jobs too. We need to make it worth their time, and of course I'll be on that too. So really excited about that. We're starting to make progress on the incubator, which I am really excited about. Now, I said this earlier, that recently I said that I don't think the Supreme Court should have even taken the case about gerrymandering, because the Supreme Court has no constitutional right about it. So they have no constitutional authority to say they do have or do not have authority to rule on the case. Basically, that's what I said. And a lawyer, his name is Adam Sanders, he wrote me an extensive email. He started it off with saying, I'm a lawyer. And I was like, oh boy, I know I'm going to be in for a long email. And man, he did not disappoint. Not only was it long, it was articulate, and it was very effectively argued, his side. And I pushed back a little bit, but then he had me, and he just expertly dismantled my opinion, and I came around to his side, where I believe that it is a kind of like a self-check, where it was right for the Supreme Court to say that they do not have the right to do it, because there was lower courts that would have been ruling, and their rulings would have stood, and so it could have been a big mess. So anyways, Adam, since you convinced me and changed my opinion, which doesn't happen every day, I decided I'd give him a shout out, which is, he actually does a really cool he has a really cool job. All you libertarians will really love him. I have it in my notes over here. He is an attorney for Baker Donaldson. They have 22 offices across the Southeast, and they have 800 attorneys, so pretty decent sized firm. And what he does is he practices eminent domain defense. So when the government wants to come take your property, he defends you, he represents you, and he gives the little man a voice against the man. See, that's like the libertarian attorney superstar right there. And he also does like defenses against utility companies that are private, that local governments want to take over the city or whatever and make them a public utility. He defends them as well. See, you libertarians, you gotta love this guy. And then he also does patent, trademark disputes, contract negotiations, and kind of like we were talking about earlier, those of you who are in contract issues, maybe going through arbitration and need a lawyer there. Mediation, you don't really have a lawyer there. But you might want to check out Adam Sanders. You can look him up at Baker Donaldson. If you want his email, contact information, email me, and I'll connect you guys. If you need an attorney, he makes a great case, and he argues effectively. He did it against me. So help him out, and help you out if you need a lawyer. I mean, it's always good to have a lawyer, and he's a Christian. So that will be a good thing for you and for him. He gives him business, and you guys are going to have an effective attorney named Adam Sanders. The last thing I wanted to hit today was a really cool article I saw. I don't even remember, honestly, where it was from, but it was about a high school in Virginia. And the article was basically saying, in high school, we have the athletes, the people with their scholarships, they have their acceptance letters, and everyone's going off to college, and they have their masters, or their masters, hopefully not their masters yet, unless you're like Dookie Howser, but they have their, what is it called? They declare their major, and they're celebrating all of these colleges, acceptances, and all this stuff. But this one school actually has a ceremony for students in high school that have declared a trade they're going into, and they're celebrating people becoming plumbers, becoming electricians, becoming mechanics, and becoming these blue-collar jobs that make really great money. And it doesn't require a ton of student loan debt, which I think is fantastic, because as we've talked about multiple times before, that college value has dropped so much because the benefit has decreased, in my opinion, but the cost has increased, which means when the benefit minus the cost equals the value, and your costs are going way up and your benefit isn't matching that increase, you're losing value. And that's what we're seeing in the college industry, college market, the college field, the college, I don't know what you want to call it, but the college arena. So, which means that blue collar jobs become more and more of a great decision for young people to make. People that are looking to help provide for their families, have responsibilities that they can't put off making money. They don't have money to borrow, money to spend, money to pay towards college. And this high school is celebrating that. And I love that, because it's celebrating responsibility. It's celebrating smart financial decisions, and it's celebrating and bringing dignity back to careers that have had stigmas that should have never had stigmas on them, right? There's no shame in being a plumber, an electrician, any kind of mechanic, any kind of blue collar job, because a lot of those jobs pay really well. A lot of those jobs will allow you to provide for your family, and you will not start off your career in debt. So I just thought that was a really great article, and good for you guys. Congratulations to all those graduating in Virginia high school and those getting celebrated to go into blue collar. Go be successful. Go be the best blue collar worker you can be and create value for you, your family, and the people that you work for as well. Congratulations to Adam Sanders for winning the argument against me. You are by far a great attorney. I can tell, because even attorneys sometimes lose against me in arguments. Humble brag. And please continue to be excited about the incubator. Reach out, subscribe, share the show with a friend. I really appreciate that. Hope you had a great weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Now let's go out and be successful together.